Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Of all the wreaths that I have done, I really do not need to be producing or sharing anymore. But I just can't help myself, and the reason that I love a wreath is, yes, you can put it on the door, but to me, a wreath can go on and on and on and be amazing bases. Once the wreath is completed, you can suspend it from the ceiling. From lights, you could put it above your door. You know, there's just so many things you can do with it. But anyway, stop with the excitement and let me just get on with what we're going to do today. Now, this is a wire wreath frame. These have been around since probably the 1930s or 40s. Years ago when I was doing my training, this is what we used. There was no polystyrene, there were none of the Oasis wreath frames, it was these. And what we did was, you got wet sphagnum moss and you actually did this into tight bound around here, balled mound around here, and then you had to wire it and tape it into place. It was a terrible job, and as a junior, putting my hands into big bags of wet sphagnum moss and being greeted with a worm about this long was just like enough to just, oh, it was just horrifying. It was horrible. But anyway, these are great. And what I love about these is you still, once your wreath is done, you can cover the whole thing up. But what I like to do is to leave it so that you can see it, because once you put your stuff onto it, it just disappears. Right, the first thing to go on is, because it is the festive season, the lights. Put your batteries in and then make sure, hold on, let me just see, make sure that the light, there we go, the lights are working. I think the batteries need to be replaced, but that's okay. Right, what I like to do is you can hide this after, but I actually like to cable tie that into place before I start. Now I'm going to hide it anyway, so it doesn't really matter as long as I know where it is. And I'm just going to put that to one side. Now trust me, it's easier to do that now. It is. Now the next thing is you can use, and also with the wreath, you can have this going for all year. Even though it's now Christmas time, the most merriest time of the whole year, it's nice to be able to take it to another level. So these garlands, this is what this garland looks like. Cheap as chips, it's got the rose petals, it's got the beautiful roses, and they come in all sorts of colours. You can see them at Michael's or the dollar store or Amazon. They're about 1.8 long and they're perfect width and textures for what we are going to be doing today. So here is a red one, and all I've done is I've bound that around itself, and all I now need to do is I'm using wire, and I'm just going to tie off use the wire to tie onto the wreath frame, the garland, and I'm doing this just so that I can keep it in place. But to be perfectly honest, I don't often do this. Because I just think to myself, well, look, by the time I've finished twisting everything in, but just for ease and to just keep you up to speed, I haven't even cut those bits off because I don't need to at this stage. Right, from there, the next thing to go in are some berries. And I really, and see how this, before I get too far away, if there's travelling off on its own, don't worry about that. You can bring that back into there if you want to, or you can just lay it, once we're finished, we can just lay that down and over the flowers. So I'm just going to leave that out there for now. Right, I've got some beautiful red berries. I love these wee berries. They are gorgeous, and all I'm going to do with those is, because it's a wire frame, I love this. You can use the wire frame. I've got 4 of those, so let's just be mindful of how we do this. This can just go in, I'm going that way, we'll just keep going around this way. Just put that under there, and then just take that across and then just weave it through like so. You will be neater than I am because I'm just kind of hurrying here. And as you go, just sort of like, be careful of the fairy lights. I know it's a big nuisance doing it like this way, but when you do it this way, let me just tell you that you've got control, and then that can just go to there, and then this one can just go around. Oh no, I'll go this way this time. And then that can just get twisted into there, like so, and up into there. Now, I've got one little group of berries. let's put another group in, and I've got these bigger ones here, so I'm just going to spray those out, or just pull those out a bit so that I've got visually more than what I've actually got, and that can go down and into there. Oops. That can go down and into there, and then I'll just twist that around there. But if it's not going to do it, don't worry about that, because what you can do is just use your trusty bit of wire, and I'm leaving that wire there because I've got a good idea, something to show you very soon. And I'm just going to bring this one, so I've got one there, and I'll just bring this up and over and into there, and just pull all of those up. So some are lying a little bit flatter than others, but that's okay. Getting another bit of wire, taking that around there. Oh, I love this idea. Honestly, when you see where I'm going to take this, you're just going to think to yourself, oh, that is such a good idea, and I'm going to do that, because I tell you, I use them for all sorts of events. Okay, so there we have the wreath, like so. Now, I really love that for on the door. It's simple, it's plain, and it says Christmas, but it doesn't really scream traditional Christmas if you didn't want to be having something traditional. Now, see how that there is all sort of like floating around? What you can do is just take that down a bit so that it's out of the way. Right, the next thing I wanted, so that can just be left as it is. Now, to take it to a new level, a big glass dish. Watch this. Now we have something that's starting to go somewhere, and I love it. Now, I've got some roses here. With the roses, now you could use fresh roses, artificial roses, which I've got here. Now all I'm going to do with these is stick them through. So I've got one that colour, and I've got one this colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down and into there. And also when you see the stems, like I quite like to see the stems into this type of arrangement. I've got 3 more, so I'm going to bring that one and crisscross that to there. And I'm going to do the same with this here. And by crossing them over, it actually helps them to stay in place. So already I've got this beautiful story. I'm going to cough now because there's a bit of dust on that. Excuse me. That can go down and into there. And then this one can sit up and can go down and into there like that. Oh, beautiful. I'm loving it. Now, you can fill that with water and put fresh into it, or for very special occasions, what I do is I put that in the middle. Now I'm using the glass candelabra, and I like the glass bowl and the glass candelabra. Now I've got the red, the white candles there. That doesn't matter, because now what I want to do is lay these beautiful flowers down into there. And if you're scared that they're going to move, don't forget that we've got the wire frame in which we can insert the lovely agapanthus. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Now do you see why I love a good wreath? Now that there is going to fall, so I'm just going to put that down and into there, and then fill it with water. And then you could use lilies, you could use just whatever flowers you have on hand. And the other thing that I like to do is fill it with ice. Oh, I just love it. Fill it with ice, and then or water, and you can just float little tea lights in there. How beautiful is that? And how easy was it? For Christmas, through the holidays, come the new year, you've got something ready to go on a table, on a banquet table, whatever, weddings, you name it. Theme it to the colour palette that you enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you again another day.